right there. Another thing, do not use sandpaper in this engine at all. Do not. You will kill the bottom end. Sand gets in these bearings, the filter will not catch it, and it will destroy this engine. Everything you want to do by hand with metal tools. The filter can pick up big items, it cannot pick up microscopic sand. Don't use sandpaper. Okay, see that right there? That's got to get off. Evidently there must have been some type of sealant on one side. Yeah, so that's what's going to get fun. So much for that. So I want to give you a view of what it looks like when you're halfway done. Still a little bit of work to do on that, but you can see it's clean. I'm even cleaning a little bit in here so that the return oil runs fast back to the pan. Got a little bit to do here, and this is where I'm at right here. You cannot have that and expect your new gasket to seal. It's all got to be clean all the way down. And especially right here is where the oil pressure gets blasted into the engine. You do not want that scratchy looking duct tape stuff on there. I want to show you one other thing that happens when antifreeze mixes with the oil, and this happened because of the intake job, but you see the staining there, and we're actually going to clean that up. But that's what happens when a little bit of antifreeze gets spent through the system. And no matter what, we did, 2 oil changes, and she did an oil change, and you're never going to get it all 100% out. All you can do is just keep the oil as clean as possible to get the max amount of mileage. But so far this engine's put on about 4,000 miles since the intake job, and seems like everything's holding up. We've had good oil pressure, but now we got to clean that up because we can't do the oil pan gasket until we get the engine mounted back up, because right now the oil pan is the bottom mount. So yeah, that changes it a little bit. We got a little bit of cleanup to do, a little bit of brake cleaner. As you see, everything's scraped really clean. You want to make sure no gasket residues left. You want to suck out all the oil ports. I haven't done that yet. There's actually some garbage right there I got to get out. So this is how it's done. That's how you get these cars running again. 3.8's a good engine, but it does have its shortcomings and flaws. it's as good as it's gonna get you. Yeah, I mean, you can't stop. You can't make it Picasso. It's just got to be clean so it doesn't contaminate. That's all. And you don't really want to take that back gear off if you can all avoid it, because you do have to line this up, and it is timed so the engine is smoother, and the cup of coffee you can put on it doesn't shake. Fun. We are now at the phase where we need to clean the timing cover. It's a little bit easier to clean than, say, the engine block, but none the same. Still needs to be just as clean, if not cleaner. Two things I want to talk about is the RH finish. I'm going to give you a close-up, and you're going to see lines that are put in by the manufacturer to stop leaks, and where the gasket actually stains, it has to be clean, and you got to make sure that you clean this without taking RH off. So as you can see right here, this is normal RH. These are actually surface lines. The same thing right here. There's surface here on purpose so that way when the gasket goes on it has something to bite to. Now what isn't RH is this stuff right here that comes off real easy. This is dead soft aluminum, so you definitely don't want to go at this with sandpaper because the oil pump's in here. Do not want to use files that are sharp. You want to use dull products, and you want to use a lot of elbow grease. So let's get at it. One of the things that I'm not going to do, this gasket wasn't leaking, so I'm not going to take this off. This is your oil pressure control and filter adapter, so you want to cover this up. You don't want to get no dirt in there. The rest of it that falls in these little cubby holes we can get with the shop vac. We'll get that when we're done cleaning. Alright, let's get started. First things I do is I go over it with a quick spatula. I just want to get the surface crap off so I can see how bad it is. Not all jobs are the same. Some are easier, some are not. This one's kind of a medium. You want to be sure not to gouge this or you will have a leak, and you cannot use RTV with this setup. So there's a little bit that gets used down here at the corner, just a very little bit. Other than that, it's all sealed by a gasket. No RTV used. You can see right here I'm having a hard time. Stuff doesn't want to come off. When that happens, I just take a brand new razor blade. This is where you got to be real careful, and this is where 20 years of experience definitely gets used. Take my thumb and I'll just listen for it. It almost comes off like you're erasing a pencil off of paper, kinda. And you got to be real careful because it doesn't take much to gouge this dead soft aluminum. And just go a little here, a little there, and before you know it, you got it all done. You can actually hear that. I'd get a different kind of razor blade. My other favorite type. You can see her starting to uncover the RH. Gotta be real careful though. That's why it's important after you're done to use a shop vac and clean this thoroughly before you put it back to service. Especially down here at the corners. You got to make sure this is really clean in these areas. As you can see, I'm just running right over the top at almost a 45-degree angle. I'm not going to be able to get this perfect, it will be stained, but you want to make sure you get that old gasket material off so it doesn't become a seep point. Nothing worse than doing this job and getting a seep. Really important to get the cooling system side of this timing cover clean. Again, this was a seep point. You can actually see where it was blowing coolant right out these holes. Very important to get these clean. Alright, everything else looks pretty good, albeit it's stained and it's going to stay that way, but it's clean. Last thing to do is this right here. Same rules apply. This is where the oil pan actually has to seal up at. I'm not going to get too rough with this, so I'm actually going to clean this with some brake cleaner when I'm done. But other than that, that's pretty much clean, ready to prep for a quick wipe and a quick install. Alright, stay tuned for all timing chain, put this thing together, get it started, get her back on the road again. If you like this type of content, subscribe. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.